You just heard Twist My Arm by the Tragically Hip. This was recorded live from Detroit back in 96. This is Zigzag coming at you live from the KSDT studios on the UC San Diego campus, located here in beautiful La Jolla, California. We are going to get started with the second half of the show in a second here.
Remember to listen in every Thursday night from the 8 to 9 o'clock hour. Remember, KSDT streams at ksdt.ucsd.edu. And we're available on iTunes and TuneIn Radio. This has been Deep Cut Tracks and BS Hacks, and I'll see you next week. Up next, we have K-Philosophy and Griffin, so stay tuned and stay classy, San Diego.
We're going to go ahead and start off the second half with a singer, songwriter, producer, and actor from Kingston, Ontario. This guy started singing and gigging at 15 years old, dropped out of school, and met a guy named Jim Valens, who ended up writing hits for him, including Summer of '69, and the rest was history. Yes, I'm talking about Bryan Adams, and this one is called Run to You.
That last one was Me and My Uncle. And that was performed by guitarist G.E. Smith and blues band Great Caesar's Ghost. And that was actually made famous by the Grateful Dead, but it was written by John Phillips of the Mamas and Papas. So there's actually a funny story behind the song. John started receiving publishing royalties from a song on Judy Collins' record, all right, which he had never heard before. He'd never heard the song before. He calls her up, asks her about the mistake, was there a mistake made? What's going on here? She goes on to tell him that after a show one night, they'd been drinking backstage with the guys from CSNY, all right. He apparently wrote the song that night. Judy had recorded it, put it on her album, and never told him about it the next morning. So that's how he found out. I'm guessing with every royalty check he got, he probably slowly started to remember writing that song, but it's just a crazy story right there. Right now, I have a 15-year-old blues guitarist named Quinn Sullivan, and this kid's actually already played with Buddy Guy and B.B. King, and he's had his own set at Lollapalooza and the Austin City Limits Music Festival already. Okay, 15. This song was recorded back when he was 13. And this is called Got to Get Better in a Little While. Something just announced yesterday. Eric Clapton has decided to honor songwriter J.J. Cale. And he's coming out with a tribute collaboration album with artists that include John Mayer, Willie Nelson. We got Tom Petty on there, Derek Trucks, Mark Knopfler, and Don White. And you can pre-order this album right now on Amazon. But you're not going to get it right away because it's not set to release until July 29th. So not till this summer, but be on the lookout for some good stuff there. I think that's going to be pretty good.
I'm going to start today off with a band from Winnipeg called Bachman Turner Overdrive, a.k.a. BTO, a.k.a. Bachman and Turner, a.k.a. Bachman Turner United.
You just heard Psycho Killer by the Arkells, and this one was featuring Gian Gomeshi on stage. Gian hosts his own radio show in Canada, and it's called Q, and it's on CBC Radio, and apparently he sings as well. And so he joined the Arkells on stage one night at a show in Hamilton, Ontario, and that's actually where the Arkells were formed. And so he joined them, and I believe he did an interview as well. You can actually watch that show on YouTube if you're interested.
All right, guys, that last artist you just heard was a band called Sons of the Sea that's fronted by Incubus vocalist Brandon Boyd. Not too much info if a tour is going to be booked, but Incubus is on a hiatus at this point, so we don't know if they're going to be coming back, but most likely, yes. But that's going to do it for tonight's show. Be sure to listen in every Thursday night from the 7, 8 o'clock hour for your classic, alternative, and indie rock deep tracks. At KSDT, we stream at ksdt.ucsd.edu, and we are also available on TuneIn and iTunes Radio. This has been Standing Room Only, and I'll see you next week. Stay classy, San Diego.